Hey, what's up? It's not a response, it's a Rob-sponse. So, just going to reminisce every so often about parts of my trips abroad when I left the United States. So, I know I had promised and dropped a little teaser in the YouTube shorts about all skinfolk ain't kinfolk, which is something from the African American FBA community, where just because somebody has this melanin or this complexion doesn't mean that everywhere you go you get the same type of respect when you're outside the United States. So I was singing that short. Usually, if you see Americans overseas, 90% of them are going to be like, what's up, hey, good. They'll acknowledge you. You get your random people who maybe won't acknowledge you. And sometimes, as a black man, if it's like a black female who's from America, sometimes that has to do with the gender dynamics because right now there's sort of a dating war, gender war in the United States. But if it's like someone who doesn't think you're trying to hit on her or there's no dating or romantic dynamic, like if I see an older black woman or if I see a black dude or something like that, someone from the States, usually they're going to say what's up, give you that knowledge, see what's going on, acknowledge and talk to you. In other cases, when you're abroad, people are just going to look through you like you don't even exist. So I remember walking through Vilnius, Lithuania. And again, I probably saw about 5 black people for the 2 days that I was in Vilnius, Lithuania. Out of those 5 black people, one was American. He was from Texas. He was there chopping it up with a white chick. Most people, 99% of Lithuania is white. So he was cool. He was like, yeah, I'm from Texas, and, I got my little girl over here. And a lot of black dudes run to Lithuania because that the white chicks, they're checking for you. Because in this club I was at, there were like 4 black guys, and all 4 black guys was getting heavy attention from the white girls that were in there. So again, white women, white people in general, in Lithuania, love some melanated black people. So I saw a young guy in Lithuania. He was actually playing soccer. He was from the Netherlands, but he was playing soccer for Lithuania, I guess a local club team. He was cool. So I give you props. There's a dude who is an American, but was friendly, was cordial. He was probably like 22, 23 years old, and he was in Lithuania for the weekend. But yeah, I saw another black guy when I was walking through Lithuania. Didn't acknowledge me. He was African from the way he looked. He had he looked African. Super dark-skinned African. The Amistad complexion, like super dark-skinned. So again, Poland, I'm going to say, is, like I said, not the best because I saw probably... So Lithuania is neutral. To finish my thought on Lithuania, Lithuania is neutral. I'm going to say Poland was not good because, again, I saw about 4 black guys in Poland. 3 were in a group walking around the club district. Like Poland, Warsaw, Poland, where I was specifically, on like Friday night, they have like a huge club culture. Like the whole club hits 2 or 3 long strips. There's a bunch of clubs, people going to pubs, going to different venues. Partying in Warsaw on a Friday night is a big deal. So I saw one group of like 3 black guys, didn't acknowledge me. I saw one young black chick with some white people. She didn't acknowledge me. I saw a black guy walk around early in the day, didn't acknowledge me. And all these people had darker skin tones. They were like darker skin tones. So I believe they were African migrants as well. Didn't see any brown skin type people, people my complexion in Poland. So I'm going to say Poland's near the bottom of the list. Skinfolk weren't kinfolk. In Rome, I only saw American black people, so I don't think Rome counts. I can't say I can't remember seeing any African black people in Rome, Italy. So I guess Rome gets a not applicable. When I was in Germany, I was in Berlin. I was in Berlin walking around. Saw two black dudes. Didn't acknowledge me. One of the black dudes looked like he might have been American, or maybe he was. A lot of times there are brown skinned people in Germany, so he might have been a native German dude. Was only the only black person I saw in Europe who had Jordans on, like Michael Jordan shoes. But he kind of walked past me, so I'm not quite sure what nationality he was. I saw another dark skinned, big, maybe 6'7", 6'8", rugby player type black guy. Didn't ignore me. Saw a brown skinned black chick with some other young white girls. But again, maybe it's the age difference because again, I'm up there. So I'm not 25, so maybe that's why people look through me sometimes too if it's like younger people because they're like, this dude is, 40 years old. Although I look good for 40, but I am 40 years old. Let's see, where else? In Spain, when I was in Barcelona, saw a lot of African immigrants. They did not speak. Maybe I saw 10 or 15 people. On a Saturday night in Barcelona, as I was walking around trying to figure out where the clubs were, just getting my bearings in. My first time, on the European continent. Same thing in Paris. Now, I will say I went to a hotel in the Bagnolet part of Paris. And again, the customer service people were nice receptionists, but again, that's their job. So they were both African immigrants, the two black guys who helped me out the front desk. They were nice. So do you count that? I don't know. But just walking around the streets, all the, French guys who were black or the foreign guys who were black, nobody acknowledged me there. I did see a couple of American tourists while I was in Paris. They acknowledged me. There was a couple from New Jersey with their baby. They were cool. I saw them over by the same river. So again, I'm going to say France probably is down the list of Skinfolk and Kinfolk. Now, London was cool. Actually, in Barcelona, I saw two chicks from England, from London. I got the information on WhatsApp, but they really didn't keep in touch with me. But again, they were like early 20s, so maybe it was the age thing again. So I think that kind of weighs down Barcelona as well. When I saw English, European people who were black, they weren't African immigrants. You could tell by their English, and they said they were from London. Brussels, the brown skinned people in Brussels, like 3 or 4 black people in Brussels. Nobody acknowledged me. They all kind of looked through me. So Brussels, Belgium wasn't great. The only girls who acknowledged me that were black in Amsterdam, the Netherlands, were the red light district chicks. They was trying to gonna spend that cash. Okay, people probably gonna clip this to make fun of me. Spend that shit. They were trying to get me to spend that shit in Amsterdam. So, of course, they were friendly. But yeah, London was cool, like actual London. I met a few black chicks in London. They were actually cool. So I'm going to say London's cool. Skinfolk is Kinfolk in London. Caribbean Flavors, little restaurant I ate at on the west side of London. All the folks in there were cool. So London gets a thumb up. I saw some black dudes in Tokyo, Japan. They were from Canada. 66666 representing Toronto. They spoke to me. That was cool. Saw a few Americans in Tokyo that were cool. Saw a black dude with a white girl in Shanghai, China. He looked through me, didn't acknowledge me. Saw a black chick, brown skin, in a McDonald's in Shanghai. She didn't acknowledge me. Saw a black dude, dark skin, like he was African, with a Chinese chick in Shanghai, China. They didn't acknowledge me. So I guess Japan gets Skinfolk as Kinfolk. Then I saw a couple dudes in Sydney. They acknowledged me. They were kind of cool. So I guess Sydney, Australia, because I saw some American tourists from Detroit. Detroit was in Sydney, Australia, representing. You know what I'm saying? So the American tourists in Sydney, Australia were cool. But anyway, if you watched this long, like, subscribe. Give me your experiences being outside the United States as far as interactions with people who are not from America that were black. Because again, we're supposed to have this type of Wakanda forever, but you don't always get that vibe when you're outside the United States. But like and subscribe. It's not a response, it's Rob-sponse. Let me know what you guys think.